Chapter 1. The Whispers of a Forgotten Village. The morning mist clung to the edges of the village like a tattered gray blanket, softening the harsh lines of abandoned buildings and weathered farmlands. Sinelia walked carefully along the narrow path, her bare feet moving with practiced silence, her dark eyes taking in every detail of the landscape that had been her home for all of her 12 years. The village of Riverstone bore the scars of countless struggles. Where once lush fields had stretched toward the distant mountain, now only patches of stubborn grass and broken earth remained. Industrial trucks had carved deep tracks through what used to be fertile farmland, leaving behind a landscape that seemed to whisper of lost dreams and forgotten promises. Sinelia's grandmother often spoke of the time before, when the village thrived, when crops grew tall and strong, and when community meant more than survival. Now, most families struggled daily, working odd jobs for the outsiders who had slowly consumed their land, piece by piece. She paused by an old apple tree, its branches twisted and sparse, yet somehow still clinging to life. A single apple hung precariously from a lower branch, small but perfect in its defiance. Sinelia carefully picked the fruit, running her fingers over its smooth skin. Even in this damaged landscape, life found a way to persist. Her morning routine was carefully choreographed. Before the sun fully rose, she would help her family prepare for the day. Water needed collecting from the community well, chickens needed feeding, and her younger siblings required breakfast before they scattered to their daily responsibilities. "Sinelia," her mother called from their small cottage. The building, like most in the village, showed signs of wear. Patches on the roof, wooden planks replaced where they had rotted, windows mended with whatever materials could be found. "Coming, Mama," she responded, tucking the apple into her worn apron pocket. Inside, the cottage was warm but sparse. Her mother, Elena, was preparing grain porridge, her movements efficient and practiced. Her father, Marcus, sat near the window, mending a fishing net, one of the few remaining connections to their traditional way of life. "The outsiders will be making another survey of the land today," Marcus said quietly, his weathered hands moving methodically through the net's intricate weave. "They're always looking for something more to take." Sinelia knew the story well. The industrial company had been slowly consuming the village's resources for years. First the farmlands, then the nearby forests, and now they seemed interested in the mountain region that had always been considered sacred by the older generations. As she helped her mother prepare breakfast, Sinelia's mind drifted to the stories her great-grandmother used to tell her. Tales of a secret garden hidden behind the mountain, a place of healing and abundance. Most considered these stories mere folklore, but something in Sinelia's heart told her they were more than just myths. Just as she was about to ask her mother about these stories again, a strange sensation washed over her. The cottage seemed to grow quiet, the morning light shifting in an unusual way. And then a whisper. So soft, she almost missed it. "Protect the garden," came a voice. Not spoken aloud, but echoing deep within her mind. A voice both familiar and strange, carrying the warmth of her great-grandmother's memories. Sinelia gripped the edge of the wooden table, her knuckles turning white. The whisper came again, more insistent this time. "The garden must be protected." Her mother noticed her sudden stillness. "Sinelia, are you all right?" But Sinelia was somewhere else entirely. The vision, if that's what it was, had planted a seed of purpose within her. Something was calling her, something beyond the dying village, beyond the destructive path of the industrial outsiders. The secret garden was real, and she was going to find it. Little did Sinelia know that this moment would mark the beginning of a journey that would change everything, not just for her family, but for the entire village of Riverstone.